Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready. Prepare for blast off.
Your fortress of solitude.
Greetings, program.
Glad you're alive.
Your sanctum sanctorum.
Resistance is futile.
Welcome.
This should be the first triumph. This is where the fun begins.
Proof positive that geeks have inherited the earth.
It's showtime.
It's time to get your geek on.
You complete me.
With Dave Gramillion.
All right. Welcome here, everybody, to a beautiful Sunday afternoon. My name is Dave Gramillion, and you have found one of the most listened to talk radio shows for geeks in the United States. Get Your Geek On is on a never-ending quest to awaken your inner geek by talking about all the products, events, news, opinion, reviews, and oh, so much more that demonstrate that we are all geeks. Today on Season 3, episode number 37 on Freedom 1160 and Freedom1160.com, we have got some terrific news for you, including some breaking news about the show itself. Get to that here in just a second. Let's just run down the topics. Some Marvel news. Netflix has finally pulled the plug on the last couple of Marvel shows. So the Marvel era on Netflix is over. So now what? What are you going to be watching on Netflix? Where are these shows going? Are they ever going to come back? We'll talk about that and more. Box office bets. Goose finally had to pay up. It was not pretty, but it was fun. We'll talk about what he had to pay up and
it was
what
colorful.
The punishment was there. It was, yes, I'll agree to that. Let the Captain Marvel controversy begin. Oh, yes, indeed. The movie doesn't come out for another 2-3 weeks, something like that, and yet we already have reviews on it. We'll talk about what those reviews are and how there's just no way to escape it, and it sucks. I'll go off on probably a little bit of a rant about that. Also, Secrets of San Antonio Unlocked. What to do now that this weekend is just about over. What are you going to do the next weekend? We're going to talk about that as well. And some video game news. There's about to be a new player in the video game world. And I don't know that we're going to like it. I don't think NVIDIA's going to like it. That's for sure.
Is it somebody that I can go Google?
It is, yes. You will be able to Google this company with no problem whatsoever. And also some March Madness talk. We want to talk about our Geeky March Madness tournament as well. But first, let me go ahead and introduce my motley crew, and then we'll tell you what the breaking news is for this hour. If you're looking my left to your right across the radio dial, you will see our gaming guru. He is Aaron Shapiro, also known as Purple Rain, Purple Rain.
I'm done.
You're not done. If you were done, you'd stop
already.
saying you were done for the last month and a half.
I know,
You would have
right?
dyed your hair or something.
You would
else.
stop coming up here if you were done.
That's true.
That's a good point.
But he's got me
That's a
on
good
that
point.
one.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Been playing a lot of Anthem. So
Okay, good. Going a nice report on that. Anthem,
Yeah.
one of the latest video games that's out there, kind of Destiny-ish in a way.
yeah.
Destiny plus Iron Man.
yeah, pretty much the Iron Man simulator.
Yeah, that's about right.
Do you want to be the Hulkbuster Iron Man? Do you want that nice little slim looking Iron Man? But yeah.
The Pepper Potts Iron Man with hourglass figure, that sort of thing.
I mean, you could do that.
If you look further to my left, your right, across the radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros. He is our sound prognosticator, and he is Goose.
No, there's two O's in Goose.
Goose, how you doing?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you,
So
sir.
I got winner chicken dinner on PUBG.
Mobile or
Mobile.
Nice on a solo or
No, on a team of 4.
No, team of 4. Oh,
Three
wow.
of us survived
Oh wow!
the entire game, and I ended up shooting the last guy.
Very nice. We need to have a scheduled time when we get together and play the three of us on PUBG Mobile.
Well,
we
and we
do.
could bring in a fourth.
We absolutely could. One of our listeners could play with us.
Well, we could bring in the other guy
Well, yeah, the other guy. Yeah,
if he's not driving for Lyft.
Fair enough. Good point. All right. So with that being said, let's get to our breaking news here. I went out and I've splurged a little bit. Do you know why I splurged? I always have a drink here in studio, and it's always a diet something or a zero something.
Typically, it's a Coke Zero Sugar.
Typically, a Pepsi Zero, Coke Zero. No, this time I went all Pepsi Wild Cherry. It's my first regular soda in months.
Really?
It doesn't taste as good as I remember.
Yeah, you're not used to it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. But still, I splurged.
It's Pepsi, for Pete's sake.
Well,
mean,
that's
yeah.
it. But do you know why I splurged? Do you know why?
Your tax refund was good?
No, that's because we have our very own winner chicken dinner here at Get Your Geek On.
I'm sorry, and this is Queen, not Prince.
We are the champions. We are. All right. So here's the story, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. San Antonio Magazine went out and they did their Best of the City for 2018. And once again, we've defended our title. They don't have a Best Radio Show category, but the show that you're hearing right now gets recorded over to our podcast, which was Best of the City 2017 and is now Best of the City 2018. Defending title back to back. The one thing the Spurs couldn't do, by the way, I just want to point that out.
Hashtag and still.
Hashtag, we're still here, the old Tom Brady thing. We're still here. And not only that, we were actually up for a total of 3 awards. The station, I guess you could count that, was up for Best Radio Station. They didn't get that. Texas Public Radio got that one. I mean, they have a bajillion listeners. But
Is bajillion a number?
It is now. It is now, yes.
Just making sure.
And you know why? Because I get to make that up because I was named the best radio personality in all of San Antonio. There we go. That's a little more like it. And I got to say, I am truly humbled and honored. I'm blown away that I was named that. The competition was fierce. I mean,
His head didn't nearly fit through the door today.
He was so humble, he just bought 1 Lexus today.
No, yes, that's all. Yes,
For his dog.
Yeah. So Purple Rain was complaining about the traffic on the way over, and I said, "Oh, well, since I'm the best radio personality, I get my own lane on the highway now." It just
got his playing car.
It stays vacant the rest of the time. Yeah, Elon Musk got that for me. That was nice of him. So yes, the best radio personality in the 7th largest city in the nation is a geek.
By the way, that's how he's going to make everybody address him now. Hello, Dave, the
best radio person. No, best radio personality. You got to go on. Let's get into the rhythm here because, yeah, I'll be saying it for the next year. But really, though, I think in addition to, wow, this is really cool for me, and yeah, I'm pretty psyched about it, I think it says a lot about the geek community. That the best radio personality is not, some news anchor. It's not some talking head political commentator. It's not some sports jockey. It's a geek. It's a guy who right now is wearing a Star Trek United Federation of Planets t-shirt.
Now I know what his shirt is. I have been staring at it for the last 20 minutes, not knowing what it was.
You didn't know what you didn't know what this was?
Sir, it doesn't say, do I need to know more, or do I want to know more?
Oh, my God.
It does not say that.
Well, still.
It's dead bugs.
But still, it's really, I think it says a lot about the community in general.
What? What's anything bad?
Nah. Don't worry about Aaron randomly laughing in the corner over here.
Yeah, I know. But still, it says a lot about the community, I think, that we were able to rally these votes, get everything together like we did.
Yes, it does.
And have so many geeks that may not typically listen to AM talk radio vote for us and vote for me to be the best radio personality.
And grandpas. And the grandmas and grandpas that voted.
And the grandmas and the grandpas?
And the cousins.
And the cousins.
And everybody in between. So I just think it's terrific. I know a lot of people went out there and voted for us, and clearly it shows. So I'm very thankful. And I mean, seriously though, I mean, you think about all the personalities that are out there in this city. There's so many different radio stations, and for us to come out on top, I think it really says a lot. And very thankful, very humble, very appreciative of y'all's support. Aww. Man, I don't even know how we segue out of that, but I guess the best way to do that would be if the best podcast and the best radio personality in the city started talking about some Marvel news.
This is that sequel to the smash hit, no equal. This one's for the true fans with hope.
Alrighty, so the best radio personality in the city is now going to be telling you about how
I mean, the easiest segue is
I'm gonna milk that.
the one who has the #1 movies in the box office.
That's true. Geek is everywhere. It really is. But it's not so much on Netflix anymore because they finally pulled the plug on The Punisher and Jessica Jones. It's done. No more.
John Berthenau, I still love you, man.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how he's on another show where he doesn't last past the second season?
That's true. I forgot about that. Second season, he's killed every time.
That's the second season. So the Marvel era on Netflix is officially over. So what's next?
Excuse me.
I mean, are we talking Hulu, Disney Plus? These were some really popular shows. I remember when Daredevil, the first one of the series, came out, people went crazy over it.
Oh, yeah.
Like Stranger Things crazy over it. People loved this show.
Like Fuller House crazy over
Like
it.
Fuller, well, nobody on that kind of wore off after
Fifth
a
and
while.
final season coming up.
Oh,
Thank gosh.
Thank God.
But you know what? It's not a bad show. It's not.
No, it's not. It's just they
not the
ramp up
original.
the corny a lot
They
on
do.
that
Well,
one.
look at the original Full House.
I know. So we might not see these shows for another 2 years.
Right.
And that comes on the heels of Royce Johnson, who was actually in 3 of these series. He was in the Daredevil, he was in Jessica Jones, and the Punisher.
And who was he?
He was a detective, a police detective. So he had the crossover appeal.
He was the one that got. I don't know if you've watched Punisher. Have you?
Not the second season, no.
Did you? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, so he told comicbook.com that he's heard that there was a clause in the show's contract that they cannot air anywhere else for another 18 months, maybe 2 years. Now, that follows up with what Amy Rutberg says. She was in Daredevil, and she said that she heard about a non-compete clause that was anywhere from, again, 18 months to 2 years.
Which means you have 18 months to 2 years to binge the heck out of these shows.
Well, yeah, because they're fast going away. You can always get the DVD series, I suppose, that sort of
Heck
thing.
yeah, I'm
but
gonna buy those.
but you're not going to be able to see them on Hulu or Disney Plus until 2021, give or take, plus or minus. So what happens in those 2 years? So all right, so we've got DC shows just coming out the wazoo. They're all over the place. The Arrowverse is real big right now, but it's kind of hitting its peak at the moment. In 2 years, Arrow will be in season 9, assuming it gets that far. Supergirl and Legends will be on season 6, and Flash on season 7.
And Black Lightning will be on season 4.
If it makes it.
If it makes it that far. So at that point, those shows will be on for a very long time. They'll be getting a little stale at that point. People will start, much like with Fortnite and Apex Legends, they're looking for something else. What a terrific time for the Marvel series to come back, especially with 2 years of development.
You're saying Arrows will be getting stale in season 9?
Well, it hasn't jumped the shark quite yet, but let me just say this. They're powering up the boat.
Aww.
They're definitely, right now, Arrow's getting into his skis.
I still love you, Stephen Amell.
Well, we all love Stephen Amell, but what are you going to do? So it'd be a terrific time. So they're going to have 2 years to develop these shows, to get some really good plots and stories and character development going. And then as DC is starting to come down off its peak, that's when Marvel comes back. I think it's perfect. This non-compete clause actually works in favor of Marvel.
But it also depends. Do you hope that for 2 years you can keep up the hype on those characters? Because you got to hope that in 2 years people just don't forget about all of them,
No.
and that these people also are not doing other things. John Berthenau can't sit back for 2 years and not get paid. Same.
Well,
for Charlie
no,
Cox.
he'll do something else. But
let's say
and
he
if
gets set up
they
another
have to
TV
recast,
show.
they'll recast.
I'm sure he's getting royalty checks off the Netflix viewings.
See, I just wouldn't I wouldn't recast any of them though. Recasting and
I wouldn't reboot or recast. I'd lock them up and pay them something as a retainer.
yeah, give them like $100,000 a year. Disney has that money sitting in their pocket.
Absolutely. So in 2 years, I don't think anyone's going to forget about it, because if you think about it, one of the things to make the public want something more is to take it away.
Mm-hmm.
So in relation to Marvel, I found out today or Thursday that season 7 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has already started shooting.
Ooh.
And season 6 isn't even
It's not even in the
aired
books
yet.
yet. Yeah.
Won't air till June or July.
So
Okay.
they're ready.
They're moving things along nicely. They really are. So hang on, Marvel fans. You got 2 years.
Maybe. You never know.
Give
Maybe
or
they'll buy
take.
their contracts
And
out.
the characters could possibly appear in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just because the show's not
Heck, they could appear in
possible.
Endgame.
It could.
They could appear in Endgame.
So I wonder what the contract states though. Like, cannot be in anything, or cannot have its
The
own
contract
series?
states whatever Mickey says, Mickey does.
Well, there's a
That's
reason
true
you
now.
haven't seen Hulk in a solo film since The Incredible Hulk. That was a deal with Universal.
Yeah.
You've only seen him in an Avengers-related film. Same thing with Spider-Man. The only reason Spider-Man's around is because of a deal with Sony.
Right, because they still don't own Spider-Man yet.
Yeah, not completely.
So, I don't know. Be interesting, because I would love to see Punisher on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, imagine the conflict. Him just, I'm going to murk all these guys. What are y'all going to do to stop me?
Exactly.
I'm the Punisher.
Yeah, I'm the Punisher. You know, it's what I do. Well, I want to talk to y'all real quick also about one of our newest sponsors on here. It's Level 99 Games.
Favorites.
Level99games.com. We caught them at PAX South and just loved their games. And one of the ones I want to talk about is called Millennium Blades. Millennium Blades. It's one of their fastest selling games, one of their best selling games. And, okay, so the tagline is, what will be your path to glory? With your starter deck in hand and a dream in your heart, the time has come to step boldly into the world of Millennium Blades. So it's a board game about a fictional collectible card game. It's a board game about a card game, which is also called Millennium Blades.
Inside a game, inside a game.
Inside a taco.
That's like
inside
16 games.
Yes, 16 games. So you get both. You get the board game, you get the card game experience.
Yep.
Millennium Blades is a real-time strategy game, which means you're constantly buying, trading, selling, collecting without waiting for other players to take their turns. So if you're not quick on the draw, you better watch out.
So when am I beating y'all in this one now?
Never. About as often as Goose beats me in laser tag, which is never.
Because the homeboy likes to camp.
Oh, whatever. So there are 24 expansions that can show up during a single game. It can go in all sorts of different directions. Guys, the replay value on this game, which, let's face it, that's what really makes the game great.
Yeah.
Playing it once is fine, but can you go back over and over and over and over again? Yes, you can at Level 99 Games. You want to check out Millennium Blades. That's the name of the game, Millennium Blades at level99games.com. All right, so, Goose.
Yes.
He lost.
We had a little fun over the weekend there, didn't we?
Right before we got here, yes, we did.
Right before we got in here, we had to head over to X Factor Paintball. And that was over on Nacogdoches Road behind Rolling Oaks Mall, just a little bit beyond Evans Road.
Twice.
It's a 2-lane road. Well, it's a 4-lane road
Just
now,
twice, it's a good day for you.
I was in the field. There was a goose. And I was like, wait, that's not Goose?
That's the wrong Goose.
Yeah.
So we do box office bets here on occasion, and Goose missed out on Alita Battle Angel. Its 3-day domestic weekend was $27 million. I called 25.
And I was trying to talk him into doing the 5-day.
And even you still lost. Even if
It was what, 34?
It was 34.
36, something like that.
It was 34 million. It was like 34.1 or something.
If it had
like
been
that,
like, because you guessed what, 25? You
I guessed
postulated
25. Yep.
So it had to have been like 38 for me to lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me to win.
For you to win. So as it is, you lost anyway. And so, whoops-a-daisy, Goose had to go out to X Factor Paintball on Sunday at, we were out there about 3.
Yeah, we were out
Yep.
there just a couple hours ago.
And we ended up shooting Goose with the paintball gun 10 times. That was fun. We each got
Not each. Total.
Unfortunately, no. It was total, but
They wouldn't let me grab any more paintballs.
I think I squeezed off an extra round or two in there. I'm just saying. Now next week, not this week, but next week we will do our bet for Captain Marvel. That's the big one. So we want to hear from you. We've had bugs have been consumed for Ant-Man and the Wasp for that bet. Goose just got shot for Alita Battle Angel. What should the consequence be for our next box office bet? You can comment on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GYGO Radio, or you can shoot us a tweet at GYGO Radio, either way. And just let us know what you think the next box office bet consequence should be.
Hashtag box office bets.
Hashtag. So go ahead and do that. All right, so speaking of Captain Marvel, let the controversy commence.
Uh-oh.
Brie Larson, let's get this out there right in front. She is a rather vocal feminist.
No.
Nah, never heard of that.
We've talked about it before on this show. It's been all over social media. And let me just say this right off the bat. I give her full credit for bravery, for standing up in this day and age of social media in which other actors and actresses have been run out of social media for their opinion, and she stands up and she spouts hers. So I gotta give her kudos
Yeah, just thick skin for it.
that. That's really cool. She also helped organize GoFundMe's to get girls to come out and see Captain Marvel and all that sort of thing.
How much did she donate to those GoFundMe's herself?
I don't know,
But I
but
lay you out, she could have rented out theater companies.
I agree. But at least she made some effort. It's not like she didn't make any effort at all. So I give credit where credit is due. So this is the first Marvel Cinematic Universe film to have a female lead.
Which is a travesty.
Which is a travesty, I completely agree. But at the same time, there's a... it couldn't come without controversy.
No.
Not in today's day and age. There's just no way that can happen. So here's the deal.
No, go ahead.
All right, so there's about to be a whirlwind of news about social justice warriors' agendas. We've already had reviews, and I'm using those.
Warrior, just what you said.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the idea, fight the patriarchy, and men are evil, and pay equity because women don't get paid, yada 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 yada. But taken to the extremes, that sort of thing. So here's the deal. If you haven't experienced it already, there's gonna be a whirlwind of news when Captain Marvel comes out. All right, there's just no question about it, and it's going to come from both sides.
So what you're saying is people should really just
hold on to your butts.
Absolutely, it's that time. So all right, so this is what gets me though, is that you don't know what's real. You don't know what outrage is real. Right now, there are reviews that have come out already, even though the movie's not out, and it's saying that the movie is overly feminist, it's anti-men, it's anti-white male, it's anti-this, anti-that, blah, 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 blah. It's from people that haven't seen it. They're trolls, essentially. They're bots, they're trolls, they're losers, they're scum of the earth. But then you're going to have it on the other side, too, where people are going to say, it's the movie we need, and it's about time that women had this, and women don't get women can't do this, can't do that. They're supposed to be barefoot and pregnant in the home, and this is a blow to the patriarchy, yada, yada, yada. You're going to get it from both sides, and it's going to be fabricated on both sides. Remember the whole Smollett thing? It's going to be fabricated on both sides. There's no question about it. So here's what I want y'all to take away from this. We only have a few minutes left, so let's just talk about this for a second. Go see it. Don't go see it. At the end of the day, it's your opinion. It really is.
So here's my question, though, too, because I know, now it could be wrong who's doing it, but Draft House, I believe, and someone quote me if I'm wrong, is doing an all-women showing. They're doing a whole event. I think they're going to have some speaker there and all that. So I don't remember. Did Wonder Woman have something that big as well? Because I know they had an all-women showing, but did they have
Wonder Woman?
Another... Yeah,
but Wonder Woman was the experiment, though.
One?
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those things where, because Wonder Woman did so well, that...
You're referring to the women empowerment movie showing over at, sponsored by Heroes and Fantasies.
Is that the one? Okay.
That's the one you're referring to. Yeah, they're going to have a feminist guest speaker and, yada, 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 and that sort of thing.
So here's my question, I guess, maybe to everybody that's listening to y'all. What would happen if there was an all-male showing of something that's just the Avengers?
There would be protests, boycotts, calls for the company to go bankrupt.
And with the women one, was it gonna happen? You think they're just gonna get the support? Right?
We're gonna celebrate it as empowering women because this is the first Marvel female-led
and men are bad.
movie.
And men are bad, and we're evil, and we're scum.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much.
So,
that's just how it is. But here's what I want people to take away from this. Look, Rotten Tomatoes... I love how people blame Rotten Tomatoes for movie ratings, they make the ratings or something. It's weird. People don't know how Rotten Tomatoes works. Rotten Tomatoes is going to come out with their score. It's going to make all sorts of news. Oh my God, Rotten Tomatoes said it's 98% or it's 58%.
Yep.
And people will go bonkers on both sides. IMDb, their user ratings will come out and it'll be the greatest thing ever, 9.2, or it'll be the worst thing ever, 3.9. And people on both sides will go absolutely bonkers no matter what.
Yep.
Go see the movie if you want to see a movie. Don't see it because of an agenda. Don't see it because you're against an agenda. Just go see the movie if you want to.
But if you've seen every other Marvel movie, see it because it's going to tie in.
Well, it is going to tie in. I mean, I guess you could wait for Netflix, but it's probably going to tie into Endgame somehow.
It's not going to be on
it.
Netflix.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's
it
true.
It might be on Hulu or Disney Plus by then, hopefully.
Disney Plus is my guess.
It might be.
Hulu might get it, though, before then.
Oh, one of these days we have to do a segment on streaming services.
We will. Yes, we absolutely will. Probably when we get closer to when Disney Plus comes out. But listen, if the movie bombs, all right, there will be you'll see it all over social media. A group will cheer. If it overperforms, you'll see it on social media. A group will cheer. Don't do this. Do not say, well, I was going to go see the movie, but, well, Rotten Tomatoes said. If you were going to go see the movie, go see the movie. If you were not going to go see the movie, and then you saw Rotten Tomatoes, stick with your opinion.
Yeah.
Don't buy into agendas because they're all over the place and they're fabricated. I guarantee you they're fabricated agendas.
I mean, look at How to Train Your Dragon 3 right now. They're already putting on their commercials on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 98%. It hasn't come out yet. Select theaters, I think, today, as of Thursday. It just finished this past weekend. So.
Absolutely. So don't buy into the agenda. Do what you want. Do what your kids want. Don't see a movie because it's feminist. Don't see a movie because it's not feminist. Just go. It's a movie, for God's sake. Go see a movie. Alrighty, so we're going to break here for the bottom half of the hour news. We'll be right back here on Freedom 1160 and freedom1160.com.
Hi, this is Marina Sirtis, and you're listening to Get Your Geek On.
The lovely and talented Marina Sirtis, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome back from the bottom half of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On, awarded Best Podcast in San Antonio for 2018, hosted by the best radio personality in San Antonio for 2018. So says the voters of San Antonio Magazine, here on Freedom 1160 AM KRDY and freedom1160.com. I'm Dave Grimillion, and if you missed the first half of the show, no worries. You can check it out on our podcast. Now, back-to-back years we've won that award. Love it, love it, love it. You can find that on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Omni, Spotify, and TuneIn. So there we go. We're on 6 different platforms. We are where you are. Alrighty, let me tell you real quickly here about Laser Legend up there on the north side of San Antonio, not too far from where we were earlier, where we were shooting goose with paintballs. that was fun. I love it. So Laser Legend is off of Lookout Road on 1604 on the north side. You know that new IKEA that everyone's been flooding over to? It's just around the corner from there, not quite to I-35 and not quite to Rolling Oaks Mall. This place is really a great place to go for people of all ages because, I mean, we go there, without any kids, with kids, any kids, no kids, doesn't matter. We go there all the time. Indoor miniature golf. All set up and ready to go for you. 2-floor laser tag arena set up and ready to go for you, and that's a lot of fun in and of itself. They've got drinks, they've got food, they have wonderful prizes that you can win with all the tickets that you get, and they have a 4,000 square foot video arcade and 2 escape rooms. I love it. Those escape rooms are all the rage right now, and they've got 2 of them set up and ready to go for you. So we can't talk enough about this place. They've made a few changes over the years. They brought in some new games. I still own like 87 records on the Star Wars pinball game. I think 87 sounds about right. And we love the laser tag. We love the miniature golf. And we just love the atmosphere. A great staff is waiting for you as well. Good pizza out there, good drinks, including drinks up there for mom and dad. But everything you could ever want and more over there at Laser Legend. Alrighty, so with that being said, we want to talk about a little thing about what's coming up next weekend here in San Antonio on the Secrets of San Antonio Unlocked. All right, so this weekend's just about over, so we want to go ahead and look ahead so that you parents out there can plan your next weekend. Lost in Wonderland will be in its 6th year, and it's a tribute to movies directed by and produced by and worked on by Tim Burton. That'll be next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 60 different vendors, photo ops, Beetlejuice bingo, several different cosplay groups, including our friends from Havoc and the Star Wars Society of San Antonio will be there. The Acrobatic Gymnastics of San Antonio and the Bedouin Dancers will be out there as well. And this is going to be at the Wonderland Mall of San Antonio. It's off of 410 and I-10, right behind that Super Target and Dave & Buster's out there. Parking is free. Admission is also free, so you can go check that out. And get this, there will be a kids cosplay contest at 3 o'clock on Saturday, adults at 5 o'clock on Saturday as well. So a lot going on out there. That is Lost in Wonderland. You can find them on Facebook. Just search for Lost in Wonderland.
So we all know what happens when you say Beetlejuice's name 3 times.
Say whose name?
Beetlejuice.
Whose name?
Beetlejuice.
Exactly. But you know what happens when you say it 4 times?
What happens?
I'm Batman.
It's Batman.
I love it. So, yeah, definitely want to check that out. That's our friend Lori Gonzalez who runs that. It's always going to be a great time.
I think I went last year. It was really fun. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff and all that out there.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. And like you said, it's free. So, you know,
that's the one thing about the Wonderland of the Americas stuff that Lori puts on. It's free admission, free parking.
Exactly. It's a great time for people of all ages. I mean, you're going to see a wonderful Jack Skellington. You'll see a Sally. You'll see Beetlejuice. You'll see a lot of Tim Burton characters. I'm sure there'll be an Edward Scissorhands out there as well.
You think there'll be a Batman?
There's got to be
a penguin or a Catwoman or a Joker.
I bet there will be. I bet there will be. So
now I want to dress up as Joker.
Because those were Tim Burton movies.
Yes, they were.
Absolutely, they were. So very cool.
Schumacher.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into our next category here, and this is the most wonderful time of the year in my ever so humble opinion. It's March Madness. Alrighty, so the tournament is officially underway. And we hope you've been registered. I hope you picked out your bracket because we are good to go here. The polls are going on right now. You can find our polls at facebook.com/GYGO radio. We put them up late Thursday night, early Friday, somewhere around there. The first 2 rounds are always the hardest for the judges because they're 32 matches we have to judge in the opening round.
All my characters win, so I'm just going to...
That's what you're going to go with.
Hell yeah.
So we've set this up, and we have a lot of great prizes available. Just so many that are out there right now. A lot of them donated by Geeks of the Web. We've got Star Wars Customs by Mike. Wormwood was a late edition. Got that a nice little dice tray from. Wasn't it nice? Wonderful
just ignore
craftsmanship.
Peter Parker name in the brackets. That's just not me, I swear.
Oh, goodness. And I threw in a few things myself to kind of sweeten the pot up a little bit, so that's always fun. Skybound Gaming donated. I stacked up the card games, card and board games. It's 9 inches high. It's a 9-inch high stack of board games and card games.
That's what she said.
There you go. I was waiting for that one. So
I was resisting the stupidity impulse.
So we've got a lot of great matchups out there. So if you did get registered, great. Your bracket is in. You're locked. You're good to go. Good luck. We'll see how it goes.
Can they still register right now?
Not as of Sunday at 4 o'clock or 4:30. Nope.
So if you're in the past, you could have.
Yes,
take your time machine and go do it.
Yeah,
that's dadgum, right. If this show only happened on Thursdays,
that's right.
You could still register.
That's right. You could still register if you heard it on Thursday. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Hurry up. Okay, the inside joke is we record the show on Thursday, so you get the idea. I love some of these matchups. Usually what we've done in the past is we've had 4 separate brackets. Like all the Marvel guys were in one. The DC characters were in one, Star Wars characters were in another bracket, and video game were in their own bracket, and they all fought it out until they get to the final 4. Well, now everyone's just mixed up. We have north, south, east, west brackets, and everyone just fights together. So you can have, it's possible to see what Darth Vader would do against Darkseid.
Yeah.
Cyborg versus Link is possible.
Cyborg versus Link?
Kirby versus Spider-Man.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That's a possibility.
Does Kirby have an endless stomach?
Tracer versus
Apparently,
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Hal's got that.
Master Chief versus Batman. Oh, wait, no. Master Chief versus Terry McGinnis. Sorry, that Batman.
Dang it.
So we have some terrific matchups that are going on, and this is the best time of the year because we get so many great prizes that we get to give away. And let's face it, March Madness is just a lot of fun. So keep an eye out. We will update March Madness as we go. One of the great places that I also like to go to, in addition to Laser Legend, is Dragon's Lair of Alamo Ranch out there off of Highway 151 and 1604 on the west side. There's so much going on out there. I mean, it's great to have a store that has products, that has comic books and graphic novels and different games and figures. But it's all the events going on out there as well. You want to check those guys out. There's something really for kids, for adults, for everybody out at Dragon's Lair of Alamo Ranch. Alrighty, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk some video game news here, shall we? Alrighty. We might want to get that. Didn't we have Samuel L. Jackson have a quote ready for us? I thought we did, because there's going to be a new sheriff in town when it comes to video games. And I think we have an exclusive quote from Samuel L. Jackson. When he heard about this news, what did he say?
Hold on to your butts.
Yep, that was about right.
He sounded so excited in that, too, by the way.
Didn't he, though? That was
because he realized Google's been doing this for a bit.
Oh, you had to spoil it. Boo!
Well,
I'm sorry.
When the news came out that a new competitor is going to bring competition and kind of mix it up, I did get a chance to get a quote from Patrick Stewart.
Oh, good.
Make it so.
There we go. Okay, so there's a new player in video game world. So listen up, moms and dads. It's Google. We got this from BusinessInsider.com originally. We're getting more details about how Google is going to jump into the video game scene. Now, you expect a company that made $33.6 billion in revenue in 1 quarter of 2018. You expected that they're going to come out with some big console, right? It's going to be huge. It's going to be fast. It's going to be powerful. It's going to just chew up the PS5 and spit it out, right? Nope. That's not how they're going to go at all. Project Stream, as it's come to be known, will be a Netflix-like service for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Almost kind of like Steam in a way.
Well, no. Because Steam is downloadable. This is all streaming.
Right, so it's going to be all digital, all stream, all the time.
Yes.
The idea is that you buy we haven't heard much about what kind of console they're going to come out with, if anything. But imagine that they'll have a little widget like a Chromecast. You stick into your TV, and you'll be able to stream digital games with no problem through Google.
So this is actually started back in the fall of last year. I can't remember exactly when. And there was actually 5 of us that were playing this. So they actually got one game on it right now, only one game, which has now been taken down, which was Assassin's Creed or Odyssey. I'm sorry. And you can play it on virtually any laptop, desktop, anything. And when I say that, I mean even a Chromebook. So if anyone knows what a Chromebook is, it's the bare minimum of what a computer should be.
Yep. Running
maybe like an i3 processor, which is a very low power processor in general. You don't need a big heavy graphics card at all, and it was playing the game no problem.
See, here's the difference. What we've got going right now as far as gaming goes is you either buy a console like a PS4 or an Xbox One,
which how much do those cost again? $400 or $500?
$400 or $500 a pop, give or take.
Yep.
Or you have a smartphone for mobile gaming, which the Samsung S9 is like $900 or so.
And the 10e was just announced, and I think one of the packages is $1,000, and if you want a terabyte memory in it, it's $1,600.
All right, so you can shell out that money, or even better, if you want a powerful gaming laptop, you're going to shell out $2,000 to $3,000. You got to get the graphics card, the motherboard, the tower. You got to get the hard drive. It's got to be a solid state drive nowadays. Solid state. And of course, that graphics card made by either AMD, or if you're serious about gaming, you just go NVIDIA.
Yeah,
I'm right. Let's face it.
No, yeah, I mean, and the video cards, they've come down, but one of the cards, I think the 1060 is still $400 or $500.
Yep.
The 1070 Ti, which is the top of the line one they have right now. Well, it's gone down a little bit, but the top of the line one.
Top of the line, like you can buy at Best Buy.
If you want to go into more details with the next one that they have, that quad processor thing that they're doing. But I mean, still, you're looking at $600-$700.
Yeah. So so you're looking at easily $2,000 to $3,000 for your kid to have a powerful gaming desktop. I mean, laptops are a different story altogether. I mean, you're going to go out and get Alienware for $2,500, $3,000.
Or if you're smart, you go Best Buy.
Or if
and you
smart,
go for open box.
Exactly. But now that may not be the case. No. This could change gaming as we know it. So new parents out there right now who grew up, let's say they're 30 years old. Okay, so that takes you back to 1989. So you grew up with the Super Nintendo, the N64,
the N64, GameCube, Sega Genesis,
the Jaguar.
Well, nobody played that piece of junk.
Yeah, I remember the Jaguar, but I never played it.
Dreamcast.
Okay, so you grew up with those, and then you grew up into the PlayStation era.
Yeah, PlayStation
All right,
1 and
that
2.
was your golden age of gaming. Was you had to have this big, powerful console, or you had to have a big, powerful computer. That's all going to change in a hurry once Google does this. Now, they're going to have. Check my notes here. They're going to be the keynote speaker at the Game Developer Conference in San Francisco in March. They've never been the keynote at the Game Developer Conference in March, so everybody's anticipating that they're going to unleash Project Stream and let us know all the details about it. It's all going to change, guys. Gaming is going to change in a hurry.
You know, and kind of commenting to it again, because like I said, there was about 5 of us that were playing it. Most of the guys that I'm streaming with, we all tried it out because we wanted to know what's this about. How is it going to work? Because, you know, as you said, you have this console with, you know, like the Xbox One, 4 teraflops of, you know, power behind it. How's it going to look on a little Chromebook that, you know, $200 maybe it costs to get this? So they actually do downplay the graphics for the stream, and there are stuff that is cut out in the game. So it's so far not perfect, but do I get a copy of, you know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Yeah. And we didn't pay anything for it. And at the end of this trial period that they did, I think it just ran up last month, they actually sent me a code for the game itself. So now I can actually go to Uplay, which is Ubisoft, who is the owner of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and download the game. And I got a free copy of the game. And now once I download it, from what I understand, it's going to be the full copy that has the high-end graphics and everything. So stepping into the field, I mean, yeah, you may not be the biggest hitter right now compared to a console, but I mean, the fact is I can stream it anywhere. I can go to a hotel, in theory, with good internet, and just start streaming off of a little Chromebook that I spent $200 on. Why not?
Wait, you said hotel and good internet. Those two things that go together.
No, they don't.
You go to a friend's house.
So that is one drawback. It did need a bare minimum, I believe, 16 to 20 megabytes download speed at all times.
Okay, I get like 110 down, so, and that's standard.
True.
With Spectrum. So.
But of course, think about it, once you start with Spectrum, especially if you start adding on multiple devices.
Well, that's true.
You know, your wife starts
slow down.
watching, you're streaming, and then, you know, if you have a friend over, he wants to play, you're sharing the bandwidth, and it slowly comes down.
So the age of the big graphic card about to end?
No, because I think right now with cryptocurrency, no, because you still got data miners. You're still gonna have people that are buying these graphic cards. Let me backstep. Cryptocurrency is like Bitcoin right now. So for anyone's familiar with that, what they do is they have computers that what they do call data mining, and all they do is dig for information to get this Bitcoin, which is worth X amount of dollars. It's constantly fluctuating. I think as long as that's still going, you're still going to get those graphic cards to be, you know, useful. But eventually, maybe you're right. Maybe they'll figure out how to do something different, and who knows? And who knows what the next 5 years have?
See, because the gaming community has been so hooked on hardware.
Yes.
They've been so hooked. I mean, every time I went to go buy a laptop, the first thing I was told was, well, yeah, what specs are you looking for? What specs are you going to get? What do you want to use it for? Well, you got to have this, you got to have that, it's got to have this part. Oh, man, you got this laptop, but you didn't get it with this particular part, so it's going to suck. You just bought a paperweight.
Exactly. And I got lucky buying my Alienware. I got it dirt cheap because of an open box. But yeah, what were you going to use it for? Well, yeah, this. Okay, well, it's a 1060 here, 1070 this, or i7 this, i5. Well, no.
Well, no, we got to spend the extra $150 on this, $150 on that. Well, now, not so much.
Exactly.
I think if you're NVIDIA and AMD, I think you're shaking a little bit right now.
Well, NVIDIA's running their own streaming service too, so we'll see how they're going to compete and how they're going to handle it. So,
see, because the big thing is all right. So parents don't have to go out and spend $2,500, $3,000 to make their kids happy any longer in my mind, because now you can have that bare bones console. But the big question is, all right. So what if there are only like 5 games worth playing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, supposedly for the past 2 years, Google has been courting developers, designers, companies to contract with, including Ubisoft.
So here's what it comes down to.
I heard they flirted with EA too for a time.
And they might have, but here's what it comes down to. Are they talking to them to convince them to downgrade the graphics and downgrade some of the gameplay so they can stream it? Or are they looking at exclusives? Because let's face it, the reason we buy this Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, the PlayStation, is for those exclusive games. And that's what's hurt Xbox over the last few years, is the exclusive game rights. PlayStation, I'm going to admit, even though I hate PlayStation, to all you PlayStation people out there, they have PlayStation. They have the
Sega.
Oh my gosh. And I can't. Xbox just has the sound.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how that goes.
That's just it.
But I mean, yeah, like that's the thing. If they don't have exclusive games, that's not going to go anywhere. Xbox is still going to have Halo. They're never going to let that go. PlayStation's still going to have God of War and Spider-Man.
But there's room. I think there's room for someone else, for another character to rise, for somebody else to become. I mean, there was somebody before Master Chief, and there'll be somebody after. And this could be Google's time if they get it right.
If they get it right, but look what happened to Sega. I mean, Sega is dead and got bought out by Nintendo.
That's true. That's true. So time remains to be seen on that one for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still very interesting how gaming could change here. Speaking of which, and again, no good segue into this one, we're going to talk about our friends over at the Heroes and Villains of Cosplay here in San Antonio. Look, everybody, you want to cosplay. You just do, okay? If you don't, your kids do. If your kids don't, you do. But you're not sure where to go. You're a little unsure about if your costume is going to be screen accurate. You want to make sure it's 104% right. And maybe you don't want to spend $3,000 on your outfit. No problem. Just go check out our friends over at Havoc. That's just search for HAVOC, Havoc on Facebook. Find them, Heroes and Villains of Cosplay. And they'll be at Lost in Wonderland this coming weekend. Come up and talk to them. They'd love to talk to you as well. I'm going to switch gears a little bit here. We're going completely off the notes. I want to talk a little bit of Star Wars news because that seems to be, it just keeps coming around. So let's talk some Star Wars news.
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
Alrighty. Okay, so I don't know if y'all heard, but it doesn't take a lot for a rumor to go around when it comes to Star Wars news. The fans are so starved for it. They're dying for anything. Episode 9 comes out in 10 months. We don't have a title. We don't have a trailer. We don't have a teaser. We don't have a plot story. We have a vague idea of which characters will be in for sure and which ones will not, but that's about it. And it's driving Star Wars fans crazy. So when I read this rumor, and I'm not going to give out the article because I don't want to give them credit because it's stupid anyway, that there was going to be an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I couldn't help. I rolled my eyes so hard, I had to hit the side of my head to get them to roll back again.
You mean the first time you saw that, you didn't look and say, hello there?
No, but I did have the high ground when I was reading it because my monitor's a little lower than I am, so I'm covered there. So here's the thing. So there was an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that was rumored to be coming out, and that got shot down. Now there's an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it got picked up so fast because they're starved for news. So I went back to the original source, which sometimes you've got to go back like 3 or 4 websites to find this thing. You know what the original source was? Word for word, I got it from the article. We heard that they were working on, that this series was in development. That's it. They didn't say where they heard it from. They didn't say what their source. They didn't even say if it was a Lucasfilm source or a caterer or a writer. They just said we heard, and that's it.
So their cat sent them a telepathic message.
Yes,
and they heard it from the cat. Got it.
That makes sense.
That wasn't the only crazy rumor.
Oh, what was the other one?
Rain Johnson.
Oh, about how he was canceled? How he was done? Oh, yeah, I think we talked that about a while ago anyway, but this
Dwayne
was...
Johnson got canceled?
Well...
Dwayne The Rock?
No. No, not that one. Ryan Johnson, the other Johnson. No, so this is the latest one. And, I mean, everyone picked it up. And it's like, I mean, do people not even bother to read anymore? Do they not bother to just sit down and just go, maybe, just maybe, we should consider the source before we start sharing this around? No, of course they don't. And, of course, everyone fell for it.
You want people to actually ask questions and not just jump to conclusions?
Social media?
I want people to use, critical thinking skills here. I know, right? So that's why, by the way, we didn't share it. I made sure to keep that off the Facebook page because I knew it was bunk. I knew it. And I wasn't going to be part of spreading that nonsense around because it was nonsense to begin with. And anybody who actually read the article, you ought to know better. So there, that's my little rant about that.
You done with that?
I'm so sick.
Speaking of nonsense,
David rants.
What you got?
I found something on Thursday that's interesting since we're going off the notes.
Was it the pinata in Georgetown?
No, it was KFC got a new kernel.
Oh, yes. The RoboCop kernel on KFC.
I haven't seen that yet.
There's at least 2 or 3 ads about it, and it's just horrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Norm Macdonald was the last one, right? Or who was?
There was Jason Alexander. There was Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire was the colonel for
that? For like one commercial?
For like 4.
Was it really?
I just remember Norm, and then there was somebody after him, I thought.
Jim Gaffigan.
Is that who was that?
Norm actually did a pretty decent job, but this one's RoboCop as the colonel, and it's terrible.
It's bad. It's horrible.
You know what?
It really is. It's so bad.
So since got a little time, the Anthem game though, just because it's getting a lot of heat though too.
Yeah, what's up with Anthem?
So Anthem came out this past Friday, the 22nd. Oh my gosh! So people, it's been a mess. So depending what you ordered, depending where you ordered it from, and depending if you're using EA.
It's in the game.
EA is in the game. If you have Origin access on your computer, or if you have EA access on your Xbox, or if you bought the physical copy, depends where you get the game, that they had to submit a chart for people to understand when they could play the game. So if my buddy has Origin access for his PC, he got to play it starting last week, on like Thursday of last week, I think, after we aired the show. And he only got 10 hours early access, which will carry over to the game. But if you had EA access, you got to play it like 2 or 3 days before. But if you have the physical copy, you had to wait till the 22nd to get it. And no, Xbox I think got it like the day before.
This hurts my head thinking about
PlayStation doesn't get anything extra. They had to wait till the 22nd no matter what. But I think Xbox got it the day before, that Thursday.
So you could conceivably play with somebody who's a week and a half ahead of you?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Depending what they ordered, how they ordered it. And yeah, it was a mess. But even on top of that,
still a nice game, though.
Yeah, they're just load screens bite.
Gracious. All right, so that'll wrap it up here. For Goose, for Aaron, and for myself, I want to thank our sponsors, Dragon's Lair of Alamo Ranch, Havoc, Laser Legend, Level 99 Games, and The Mailing Spot. You have officially embraced your inner geek, so make sure to get your geek on every single day.